There is a specific, quiet corner of Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing that is currently experiencing an extreme surge in sales velocity. We are tracking the 39-page phenomenon, brand new novellas hitting top-tier bestseller ranks in less than 30 days. They succeed through a blank slate advantage, zero existing audience or prior history. The rankings dashboard shows this red trend line shooting to total market dominance by week 4. The standard rules of KDP don't seem to apply to this subgenre. These high-speed entries are finding a path through the rankings that skips the traditional manual gatekeeping process entirely. The reason this works comes down to the target demographic. Readers of psychological thrillers are not typical book buyers. They are obsessive binge readers. This voracious reader cycle operates on a promise delivery system. At step 1, the hook, the reader seeks earned unease. Once they finish a book, they immediately hunt for the author's next title, compounding the velocity of every new release. The core product being sold to this audience isn't a traditional plot. It is the realization that they were actively misled by the author from page 1. This blueprint reveals the source of that market velocity, the royalties bought. Engineered exclusively for psychological thriller writers, it runs on an 8,000-character training core, hard-coded with specific genre tropes, and the anti-blank page protocol uses pre-loaded conversation starters to instantly activate the drafting workflow. This matrix categorizes the market into specific sub-niches. It identifies the key trope and the exact reader payoff required for a bestseller, like the realization that they trusted the wrong person. By mapping these specific psychological triggers, the engine eliminates creative guesswork. It only generates concepts that are mathematically aligned with current buyer behavior. The automated story Bible engine manages the narrative logic. Output 1 maps the protagonist's blind spot, while Output 2 pairs it with a terrifying motive. Finally, Output 4 embeds narrative traps like a missing locket before the first draft even begins. By the time the chapter-by-chapter drafting process starts, a flawless psychological trap has already been fully engineered. The complete cover-up provides algorithmic camouflage. It begins by generating a phantom identity with credible bios. Next, it formulates back-end keywords from live buyer data to guarantee visibility. Finally, it pairs a direct response description with a genre-perfect DALL-E-generated cover. This entire engineering process produces a high-visibility digital asset, built from the ground up to satisfy the specific requirements of the Amazon storefront. This comparison shows two diverging paths. Case file A is the traditional route, paralyzed by decision fatigue and completely invisible. Case file B is the system user. The book is live, the algorithm engaged, carrying the author into book 2. This 4-phase chronology demonstrates the shift. Reaching bestseller status is no longer a matter of innate artistic talent. It is the result of a repeatable system that produces drafts in weeks, not months. The psychological thriller niche is wide open right now, but these market windows are temporary, and this specific gold rush will eventually close. This folder contains the full inventory of assets available today: the royalty spot, the automated story Bible, the guided workflow, and the entire suite of metadata and cover generators. For a limited time, you can lock in the launch special for a one-time payment of $17.88. This price is scheduled to rise to $27 in exactly 7 days. Claim your access today. Bypass the blank page and jump into Amazon's most thriving niche before the rest of the competition catches on.